In 2015, a synthwave musician and engineer named Scott Danesi started a personal project. He wanted to build a pinball machine, not for a company, not to sell, just for himself. He'd grown up on early 80s pinball, the Bally and Williams classics. Simple rules, brutal difficulty, incredible electronic soundtracks. By 2015, that kind of pinball had vanished. Stern was building deep, movie-licensed rule sets. Jersey Jack was building wide-body machines with giant LCD screens. So Scott set out to build the kind of game he grew up with. He spent 2 years on it, designed the Playfield, wrote the code, composed the entire Synthwave Soundtrack. Then a small company called Spooky Pinball saw what he was building and offered to put it into production. I'm Ryan, this is The Skill Shot, and today we're talking about total nuclear annihilation.
Welcome to the future.
Spooky was founded in 2013 in Benton, Wisconsin by Charlie Emery and his family, running it out of a small town Wisconsin factory. Their first machine was America's Most Haunted in 2014, then Rob Zombie's Spook Show International in 2016, plus contract work like a promotional dominoes game on the side, small production runs, counterculture themes that would never make it past a Stern licensing committee. Around 2016, Spooky picked up Scott's garage project for full production. Scott isn't an industry veteran. He's not a former Williams designer. He was an engineer working at the pinball parts company Pinball Life. He's also an electronic music producer on the side. So when he built a pinball machine, he poured both halves of himself into it. The code is custom, written by him. The soundtrack is original synthwave, composed by him. No committee, no license, no focus group, just a guy and the machine he wanted to play. The theme is genuinely strange. You play as Scarlet, a woman in a neon, post-apocalyptic 80s future, and your job is to overload and blow up nuclear reactors, 9 of them. Each one you destroy cranks up the radiation, and the game never tells you why she's doing it. And if you destroy all 9, you trigger total nuclear annihilation. The flippers cut out, any balls you've got left just drain. The game ends, you won. You also died. Everyone did. It's one of the darkest, funniest endings in pinball. No celebration, no great job, play again. You achieved total annihilation, so the game annihilates itself. Scott has said outright that Scarlet never makes it out alive, no matter how you play. Instead of relying entirely on a video screen, like every modern game, this goes old school by using a numeric text score along the top. The small LCD represents Scarlet's wrist computer. The whole thing is built to look like it rolled off the line in 1985. It's funny too. Hit the scoop when mystery is lit and you'll see possible rewards like Lion Man, Bag of Cats, Dispense 4 quarters. You'll want to read them, but the ball comes out of this scoop at light speed, so don't look away from the playfield for too long. The Synthwave Soundtrack is the soul of this machine. Driving beats, 80 synths, pulsing bass, and it pulls you into the game. Every reactor you destroy ramps the music up. The tempo climbs as the radiation rises. By the time you're 1 reactor from the end, the soundtrack is pounding. Few pinball machines lean on their audio the way this one does. Here, it's not an accompaniment. It's a core part of how the game feels. Let's look at the playfield. It's deliberately stripped down. 3 flippers, 5 slingshots, 11 stand-up targets, a set of inline drop targets, and exactly 1 pop bumper. No sculpted toys, no character figures, no motorized scoops or animated mechanisms. That's the point. Scott wanted a machine that looked and felt like 1985, back when the playfield was just shots and targets, and the difficulty came from the game itself, not from elaborate gadgets. What it does have is a clever ball lock. Shoot into an enclosed area and a gate snaps up to trap the ball. Load 2 of them, send in a third, and you've got a multi-ball. They call it the Danesi lock, and it's one of the slickest uses of inline drop targets anyone's ever done. I like to lock 2 balls and drain so my opponent can steal them. There's also a mini playfield, about the only thing here that resembles a modern feature. The code is simple by design. Each reactor takes 3 steps. fill the keypad grid, and shoot the scoop to start it. Work the spinner and the reactor area targets to drive it critical, then hit the shots that light up to blow it up. Reactor 1 goes down with a single shot, but every reactor after that needs more heat to go critical and more shots to destroy. Pull it off 9 times and you've triggered the end of the world. Scott tuned this thing to play like an early 80s competition machine. The outlanes are hungry, the ball is fast, and the scoop spits it back out quick enough to catch you off guard. A casual player might blow up 2 or 3 reactors in a whole night. A serious player chases that ending for months. There aren't tiers here like Stern's Pro, Premium, or LE, or JJP Standard, Limited Edition, or Collector's Edition. Spooky made 550 units in 2017. Same playfield, same rules, same audio on every one. Then in 2002, they did a rerun. 250 Collector's Edition machines, TNA 2.0 with upgrades, nuclear green plastic protectors. Did I say it wrong again?
Yeah, you did.
Nuclear. I can't even hear it.
You said it right that time.
I can't even hear the difference. TNA 2.0 with upgrades, nuclear green plastic. I'm so self-conscious about that word.
Nuclear superiority. To abandon their nuclear ambitions.
TNA 2.0 with upgrades, nuclear green plastic protectors throughout the playfield, and a topper designed by Scott. 800 machines total. It sits at number 76 of the top 100. True pinballers love this game, and its rank of 76 could be higher if there were more than 800 to play. It would likely have more rankings and climb the chart. So that's my overview of Total Nuclear Annihilation. Let's play a few balls and then give it a flip score.
Welcome to the future.
The skill shot on this is right now the E, and you can jog that with the flippers, but it's worth the most points if you can get it to fall through the E without it moving.
Level 1. Skill shot complete.
Just locked my first ball up there. That was totally luck. Okay, it's 2 balls locked. In a 2-player game, this is where I would drain, and then the second guy would come and take my multi-ball. All right, I got it trapped up. I got it right where I want it. I'll just chip it backhand into that target, start my multi-ball. Now we got some hot pinball action going.
Shoot the left scoop to start reactor.
Got the reactor critical. You need to hit 2 points. The pop on the right. And target next to the scoop. There she goes. Start locking some balls again.
Shoot the left scoop.
Oh, so that's some gameplay on TNA. Now let's give it a flip score. Shots, the layout is deliberately simple. 3 flippers, clean geometry, no fancy mechanisms. For a machine built to feel like early 80s pinball, it works exactly as intended. By modern standards, it's basic. 13 out of 20. Code and depth, blow up 9 reactors, no modes to learn, no story to chase. Some players love the purity, others want more to sink into. 12 out of 20. Theme, original synthwave score, retro pixel and numeric look, and a darkly funny ending where when you win, you lose. No license, no movie, just complete artistic statement on 4 legs. 18 out of 20. Build quality, spooky construction, reliable, but to a smaller shop standard than that of Stern or Jersey Jack. The drop targets need occasional adjustment, it's well put together, and it gets a 15 out of 20. Resale value, strong, steady appreciation from a $6,000 original price. One of the best performing pins of the past decade. 17 out of 20, for a total flip score of 75 out of 100. TNA isn't trying to be a deep modern machine. It's trying to be a pure throwback, and it nails that. For anyone who loves synthwave, retro aesthetics, and punishing difficulty, this is perfect. For everyone else, the deliberate simplicity can read as missing depth. TNA is pure retro goodness in a modern pin world. One designer, one vision, one soundtrack, one unforgiving difficulty curve. If you love synthwave, 80s arcade aesthetics, and punishing pure skill pinball, you'll love this. If you want movie modes and sculpted toys and sprawling code, this one isn't for you. Subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode where we'll take a look at a Williams pin from 1994. It was designed by the guy who'd go on to make Attack from Mars and Medieval Madness. Its theme is a 1930s pulp magazine character turned 1990s superhero movie that bombed. Think you know which machine I'm talking about? Drop your guess in the comments, and I'll see you next week on The Skill Shot.